Hi everyone, my name is Mark Kwok and we're talking about my favorite things. Today's product is near and dear to my heart, something that is so incredibly important to me as a human being and as a Korean American. It's something that's in my blood, I think, honestly. I think it's probably like running through my veins, and that is SHIN Ramen. I have eaten SHIN Ramen for over 30 years now. It may be the most repeated meal in my life. SHIN Ramen it's really popular, and I think most people know it, and even non-Koreans know it and appreciate it, but this is truly an icon. There are only a couple things that I'm like adamant that the Korean race has created that is important for the human race altogether. SHIN Ramen is one of those things. So my dad is a very picky eater. He's in his 60s. He doesn't like going out to eat very often just because he's really picky. He like knows what he likes and that's just, it's been that way for many decades. But it's so interesting. This SHIN Ramen is still one of his all-time favorite. It's like, he's eaten so many things over the course of his life, but still, when he has some SHIN Ramen, he's like, oh, this is so good. So SHIN Ramen, like this is the original SHIN Ramen. I'd say this is the one that I think most people should try, but they actually have another one called SHIN Ramen Black. This is very close to SHIN Ramen, but it's actually gaining a lot of popularity. It's becoming pretty much just as popular as the real deal here, largely because it has a little bit more umami, a little bit more savory taste to it. So if you're more about that kind of like spice and like it hits you right at the tongue, like get the regular SHIN Ramen. But if you like more of a kind of a deeper beef broth type of thing going on, SHIN Ramen Black's the one to go with. SHIN Ramen also comes not just in these packets, but in kind of a cup form too. I mean, you can tell I'm an obsessed guy, right? I have like a bunch of these just in the cabinet, like each type here. This is the SHIN Ramen Black that you can actually get at Costco. So even, you know, non-Koreans can easily get this. You don't have to go to a Korean market. You can just get it off Amazon too. Here are the benefits of SHIN Ramen altogether. It takes very little time to make, so any instant noodle, I suppose. It is delicious, it's dirt cheap. You can get these for so cheap. I mean, get a 24 pack for 13 bucks, 12 bucks, I don't know. That's a whole meal, like that's a 50-cent meal right there. So what are the cons about SHIN Ramen? There are no cons, all right? We're done. We're done with that section. I'm kidding. There is one con, it's not healthy. Like, there's no way this is healthy, right? Like 86% in sodium. Oh, 40% saturated fat. Okay, let's forget that. Forget everything I just said there. I'm clearly fine, but okay, it's a con. It's not gonna be great for your body, so keep it to a minimum if you can. I do have a couple key pieces of information though, coming from a Korean American here. Like to make it like legit, one, get kimchi. Like you must get kimchi. Like I don't care if you don't like kimchi yet, like you will, if you keep trying it, you will like it, trust me. It's one of the all-time God-gifted things that, it's just great. Get kimchi and you have it with this, that's all you need. You got a little bit of vegetables going there, you got some kind of cold and warm, like it just works in harmony perfectly. Second thing, you don't want this just by itself, you want a little bit of protein. And how do you get that protein? You gotta drop an egg in here. You put all the contents of this into the boiling water, and then after that, you put an egg right in there. That's the extra like layer that you need to make ramen really good. One other key tip is you can actually, if you have green onion, I would highly recommend putting some green onion in there as well. I wouldn't go beyond that. Now I have experimented a ton. I put broccoli in there, I put onions in there, but like I've tried a bunch of different things and that works too. And like you can get super fancy with this stuff, but really the essentials are egg, kimchi, and if you want some green onion, and you don't need any more. That's the meal. Honestly, outside of that, there isn't much to say about SHIN Ramen. I'm just telling you, it is legendary, it is amazing, it is something that I will eat for the rest of my life. It is truly one of my favorite things and has been one of my favorite things for decades. I don't see this disappearing in the next 1,000 years. Or as long as that company stays, Nongshim stays alive. And if they go out of business, oh my goodness, I think Korean people would riot the streets. Like it would be terrible. Like, this is truly a staple in the Korean diet. If I die a year or two earlier than I should because I eat this often, I'm willing to take that risk. Like, that's a worthy cost for me. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you and not the SHIN Ramen. I'm just kidding. That's rude, I'm sorry. But that's how strongly I feel about SHIN Ramen. So get yourself some, just give it a shot. Get some kimchi, get some eggs, and then do the whole thing. I'm Mark Kwok, thanks so much for watching. Get yourself a SHIN Ramen, and I will see you next time.